In this video, we're going to continue looking at enrichment, the processes that our minds use to understand and clarify what people have been saying. In particular, we're going to focus on the issue of ellipsis, where people need to add back in extra words that have been left out, perhaps, of an utterance. Recall what we've already said about communication. Typically, we do not say everything we mean. Typically, we under-encode and we leave it to hearers to enrich what we have said in order to clarify the meaning. All we do is create a signpost. We've also mentioned 4 types of enrichment that may be necessary for a hearer: ambiguity, vagueness, ellipsis, and reference. In previous videos, we looked at ambiguity and vagueness. In this video, we are focusing on ellipsis. When a communicator uses ellipsis, they under-encode what they are intending to communicate by leaving out words, under the assumption that the hearer will be able to infer the correct meaning. For example, if someone asks a child, "How old are you?" and the child replies 5, successful communication relies on the hearer being able to work out that the child means "I am 5 years old," not 5 months or 5 decades or anything else. The context makes it very likely the hearer will infer the intended interpretation, filling in the correct parts of the ellipsis. As another example, I recently heard my wife calling out to our son as he got ready for school, saying, "Don't forget your teeth." Of course, there's no real danger of him actually forgetting his teeth, unless they've been asked to bring in teeth that have fallen out to school for a show and tell or something. She expects him to be able to enrich what she has said and understand that she doesn't want him to forget to brush your teeth, although she has made an ellipsis of the words "to brush" in her sentence. Of course, as with all these categories of enrichment, it can sometimes go wrong, and the hearer or the reader doesn't enrich the ellipsis in the way intended by the speaker. On another day, my wife texted me at work saying, "Can you pick up some milk on the way home? We're all out." My immediate thought was that the whole family were out of the house, and so they needed me to pick up the milk for them. But as my brain started working and I put more effort into processing this utterance, I started wondering, why couldn't they get the milk themselves if they were out and thus more likely to be near to a shop? It was only then that I realised the utterance could be understood a different way, as an ellipsis of "we're all out of milk." So they were actually in the house and needed me to urgently bring them milk. To give a biblical example, ellipsis is very common in Hebrew parallelism. In this passage from Psalm 114, you can see at least 3 examples of ellipsis. When Israel went forth from Egypt, the house of Jacob from a people of strange language, Judah became his sanctuary, Israel his dominion. The sea looked and fled, Jordan turned back, the mountains skipped like rams, the hills like lambs. You can notice here that in all the blue lines there are no verbs. The hearer is presumably expected to enrich the ellipsis in each line with the verb from the previous line, or at least some similar verb. That is, to understand that the house of Jacob went forth from a people of strange language, that Israel became his dominion, and that the hills skipped like lambs. Here it's the immediate literary context that gives the hearer sufficient clues to enrich these sentences correctly. Recall once again our 4 categories of enrichment: ambiguity, vagueness, ellipsis, and reference. We've now looked at the first 3. In our next video, we will talk about reference, the kind of enrichment needed to establish what a word or phrase is referring to.